Okay, this will be a video on how to reconstitute a 60 milligram vial of Tirzepatide. I actually started this video a second ago and my phone was so full that my video cut off after 10 seconds right after I popped these caps off. So trust me, I just popped these caps off of these two vials. That said, you'll basically take that cap. This is a 90 milligram vial, but for reference, you just pop that cap right off, and that's where we're at with these two. Next up, you want to take an alcohol pad, and you want to go ahead and wipe one. Please let air dry. I'm going to flip over this pad and use this one, and we're going to wipe this. Okay, toss that off to the side. Next up, we're going to take our 3 ml syringe here. I'm going to screw that on tight right here because sometimes those aren't too tight, and we're going to pop that out. We're going to draw in all the way up to 3 mL's air here. Okay, and from that we're going to go in here, pop that in. I'm going to tip this upside down, squeeze the air in it. See if I can get that all on the camera there. And now I'm going to draw all that fluid now that I've displaced the air with back in here. And so what you should see is going to be right at 3. Let's go just a tiny bit less. Draw that out. And now that we have 3 mL's of back recon fluid, we're going to poke right in the center of that. And this should just draw itself in like that because that vial is going to be under vacuum. See how I drew it all the way in? So now that 3 mL's of fluid, of recon fluid there, are going to be sucked into that vial. That vial with the peptide in it is a 3 ml vial. That means this vial will hold 3 mL's of liquid in it. Now that we have that, I'm going to shake it up. As you see how you got the stuff at the bottom right here, you want to shake it up. Okay. I give it a little bit of tap on my finger. Tap. I just give it a little shake up until everything's dissolved. Okay. Sometimes it takes a little bit for everything to keep doing it until it's all gone. Sometimes what I notice helps too is you go up in there and put that needle back in there, and you suck some of it back in here, and then you spray it. That's under a considerable amount of vacuum still, but there it goes. Okay, there we go. See, it's about dissolved in there. Does take a little while sometimes for that to dissolve. What I like to do at this point is, because there's still a considerable amount of vacuum in it, is I'll pull this needle up just in the center there, and I'll stick, while the vial's standing straight up, I'll stick this syringe back down in there, and then I'll let the air neutralize in there. So basically just sit there, let it hold in there, and I'll pop it out. Now it's neutral air in there because it makes pulling the dose up there later a little more difficult. Okay. And there you have it. So we have a 60 milligram vial filled with 3 mL's of water. Now, recon fluid that is. Now if you take this 0.5 ml syringe, focus, all right, or also known as 50 units, however you want to classify it as. Let's say your dose is 10 milligrams. Well, since this is 3 mL's divided by 60 milligrams, means every 10 units on this syringe is going to be 2 milligrams, therefore 50 units. So what I do now is I pull up however much your dose is going to be. So I'm going to go all the way up to 50. And what we're going to do is we're going to push that air back in there through here. Make sure you're in the center of that vial there. Now sometimes you'll notice if you look in there It's full of bubbles right now, but maybe this will help. There's like a slice right there, a center of that cap there. See how the needle's going right in between there? You'll know if the syringe isn't going in there because when you feel it, it'll be pushing against that rubber in there. See, it's like a little V that goes like this right there. You just want to make sure that you get that syringe. See the syringe is in there? I don't know if you can see that. It's kind of see right there. See that? So if you go in sideways like this, you're going to poke into the stopper in there, and you're not going to get anything to come in and out. So now that I have the dose of air, I'm going to push the air back into the vial. And while I'm holding it up and down, I'm going to pull the dose back out. Nice and slow. Pull a little past it, push back up, and now you got a full syringe. And then from there, you take your medicine. Or if you just want to pre-fill some syringes, you'll put this cap carefully back on. And you'll have your dose right there. Because this needle hasn't been used for anything other than filling and refilling, I'm going to put this back in here like that. And I'm just going to replace that back into the vial because it's a little easier to store in the vial than that. Okay. Now, these two will be thrown in the garbage because I'm not going to let them sit here and collect dust. But that's how you reconstitute a 60 milligram vial with bacteriostatic water. I always butcher that word up. I call it recon fluid because it's reconstitution fluid for peptides. But there you go.